Hi guys, Scott Speed here, welcoming you to the Volkswagen Beetle GRC car here in iRacing. It is so fun. Wanted to give you guys some pointers around the track here. This is the actual track that we drove in Daytona. It looks unbelievable. When you see the footage from the onboard of the actual track, it's crazy how similar they got it. Give you some tips on the car. First thing you're gonna notice is this thing is a 2-liter turbo engine that has over 600 horsepower, and it is geared for acceleration. So you're gonna go through the gearbox very quickly. That's the first thing you know. As soon as you leave the pits, you're gonna be like, wow. You're just gonna have to upshift gears very rapidly. And then you're gonna get on the brakes for the first time, and you're gonna notice this big momentum shift. The car is gonna lean over, it's gonna have a ton of weight transfer, and that's because we run really soft springs in this thing to get the traction that you're gonna need in the dirt. Once you get through the first corner, you're probably gonna realize that as soon as you touch the throttle, it doesn't really want to turn anymore. You gotta be aware that four-wheel drive likes to stop very quickly, and it likes to go very quickly. It doesn't like to corner so much. To the first corner, you definitely wanna wait until you're kind of straight to get on the gas, and that'll bring you up to the really fun section. And you get to experience dirt in a four-wheel drive rally car for the first time, and it's incredible. The thing you're gonna notice is that the car wants to just continue going in whatever direction it started in. So when you approach these corners, you're really gonna have to turn quite before the corner, very early, and the car is gonna develop this momentum to it. It's still very important to hit the apex. It's gonna be very tidy and clean, but you're gonna have to do that with the momentum of the car. And then you got this nice jump that is really fun. One thing to keep in mind when you're in the air is if you hit the brakes, the front end will come down. If you hit the gas, the front end will come up a little bit. So you got to control, kind of like an airplane, the pitch of the car in the air so you're kind of flying straight. And as soon as you land here, you're going to want to start heading left. You're going to give it a big input and start it sliding to the left. And you're just going to be constantly trying to slow this thing down to make this corner, because it's very, very slippery. It's a very tight corner. And the preferred line, believe it or not, is still going to be right here at the apex. Once you get out of here, the next couple corners are relatively simple, typical tarmac corners. Not a lot to these stuff. This is all flat out. And yeah, let's do a full lap looks like.
Good Sunday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to No Brakes Television's broadcast of the ISTRA Ice Bowl. I am one of your broadcasters, Philip Ellis, joined in the booth by Mike Wood. Mike, how are you tonight? All through the week, heat races, B-mains, LCQs. The B-main and the LCQ were run just within the last few hours. Excellent racing for the last 8 transfer spots into this race. And the heat races were also very, very good battles. 31 cars will take the green flag here tonight for 200 laps. Had a few cars that could not make the show from the heats and or the B-main. We've got Paul Kashiba is one that could not make it. Brandon Anderson finished up front in the B-main. We did an interview with him during the B. He could not make it. So there's replacement drivers for them in their own cars, and see what they've got. Jason Miller, I believe, is one, and John Michael Chenette is another. I'm not quite sure. I believe those are the only 2, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I think that's what we went over. The 25 and the 86 were the 2 entries. Jason Miller and the Joseph Galata. Is that correct?
I believe Joseph Galata was locked in, but when Miller came in, it took his number. So Galata was already locked in. It just changed his number. The other car is the 82 of Chenette.
Chenette, that's correct.
Practice is just about finished up. Got about 2 minutes to go. As of right now, fast time in practice is a 13.369. Second place, and that is Jimmy Mullis. Second place is Ryan Kuhn at a 13.392. Jacob Porter third at a 13.393. Fourth is Dalton Collins in the 95 car at a 19.404. And Andre Fiorini rounds out the top 5 at 19.430. Now qualifying is done a little differently here. What's done is, okay, now we're going to take all these practice times and we're going to invert. And when you invert that run, the car that is last in practice will be the first car out. We're doing single car qualifying. So as of right now, Jason Miller will be the first car out. After him, it'll be Bolton, Cabri, Morin, Chenette. And it'll go right in order, reverse order of how they practiced. A single car run, I believe they get 2 laps. That'll set the field for tonight's 200 lap.
Jay Miller driving the 86 Murdoch tire car. He's from Port Charlotte, Florida, down there your way, Phil.
Yeah, lives in the same town as me. I know Miller very well.
He's one of the guys from down south racing. I've got a chance to race with him quite a bit.
Tonight's purse for the finish of this race, the first place car will get $40 and a trophy. Second place will get $25. Third place will get $10. $10 to the hard charger, which car that starts the furthest back finishes furthest up front. Least incident points gets $10, and best paint job gets $10. Now, how that's going to work, on the live stream on YouTube, everybody watch the cars, and the car that you think is the best, vote the car number or the driver name of that car. The person with the most votes will win that $10. Also, we're getting ready to start qualifying. The car that gets the pole gets $5 to win the pole. 200 laps tonight. Last 10 laps of caution do not count. So there are 2 shots at a green-white checker. In the second one, or even in the first one, if the white flag comes out, you race to the finish. That's the end of the race, no questions asked. So we got qualifying getting ready to roll. The 86 car of Jason Miller just getting ready to roll to the end of pit road for his qualifying run. We'll come back with that just in a second.
First out is Jay Miller from Port Charlotte with Murdoch Tire Board. Let's see how he does on this first lap here. Miller takes the green. Next car out is Justin Bolton. He's from Morrisville, North Carolina, and Jason lays down a time of 19.711.
Justin Bolton coming out now, the 36 car, Mooresville, North Carolina. Sponsor is Simcraft and DIY Sim.
First lap is a 19.37, so that puts him ahead of Jason Miller right now. Puts him on the pole.
Next car out to qualify will be the 12. And the 12 is Cole Cabre from Tampa, Florida. Race Agent Sim Racing is his sponsor on the car. Nice looking car. There's quite a few cars that have that sponsorship on them. I don't know if they're all like team cars or what, but I noticed there's about 4 or 5 of them that all have that same deal.
Yeah, sometimes kind of hard to keep up with those cars. I was noticing that the other night in heat races. His first lap, he's at a 19.48. And that time of stick. 19.489.
Next car out on track is the 81 car, Ken Marin Jr. out of Old Saybrook, Connecticut. Evolution Visions is the sponsor on that ride. His normal league is Sarah. And Sarah's a huge deal on iRacing. Awesome league. I run it every now and then.
Great looking car. He lays down a lap of 19.624. Oh, it gets a little loose there. And that time's going to stick, 19.624.
Next car out to qualify is the 82 car, John Michael Chanette, Concord, North Carolina. S82 is the sponsor on that ride. Really nice looking car. I like that red, black, and white combination. Always pops real good.
Definitely a Saturday night car. That looks great. He runs a 19.61 even after a little loose there, and he's going to call it quits there and take this 19.614.
Next car out for time is the 24 car, Jake Goodwin. Jake Goodwin is from Amherst, Nova Scotia, Canada. Sponsor is CBC Racing, and his normal league is MIRL, which you can see right here on No Brakes TV. Jake won the MIRL race the other night, and that is what locked him into this race. It put him in so he didn't have to deal with heat races, B-mains, any of that. So awesome job, Jake.
Yeah, he was really strong this week. Oh, he lays down a good lap of 19.48. Real good time. That puts him second on the field behind Justin Bolton right now.
Next car out to qualify is the 5 of Jeff Conover, Greenville, North Carolina driver. S82 also the sponsor on this ride.
First lap of a 19.62. He's looking good out there right now. And that's the time he's going to stick with, 19.62.
Next car out to qualify is the number 34 car, Mike Rhino. Mike Rhino is from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. His normal league is MIRL.
Mike Rhino lays down a great lap, 19.475. That puts him in second right now behind Bolton. Bumps Godwin down, but Jake Goodwin goes down to third.
Next car out to qualify, another one of the Canadians, Dave Cassidy, number 23, from Miramichi, New Brunswick, Canada. Sponsors CBC Racing, also an MIRL League member. Just remember, guys, always, while you're watching our broadcast, go through, check which paint scheme you like the best, and vote for it. That driver that has that paint scheme will win $10 for best appearing car.
David Cassidy with a 19.56. Puts him in fifth right now. And he betters that with a 19.50. Still in fifth position.
Next car out to qualify, Hunter Wright in the 29 car. His hometown is Lebanon, Tennessee. His sponsor is Tennessee 811.
First lap at a 19.50. Puts him sixth, right behind Cassidy. Let's see if he improves this lap. And he does. He goes up to second and with a 19.469. Great drive.
Next car out to qualify, the 31 car, Brandon Wilkinson. Brandon's from Pawcatuck, Connecticut, and his sponsor is Kirkwood Transportation Services, a normal Sarah League member.
Brandon jumps up to second with a 19.375.
Next car out to qualify, the 25 car of Joseph Gulata. Joseph is from Blue Point, New York. Sponsored by Gale Force Suspension Management. His normal league is Gale Force Sim Racing.
Yeah, he got into the wall there a little bit. Not sure how this lap's going to work out for him. Oh, a 19.399.
Really
puts him in
surprised.
third.
Really surprised that lap counted because he made pretty good contact with him.
Yeah, and he just calls it a day right there. He's ready.
Next car out to qualify, the 77 of Ryan Doucette. Ryan is from Framingham, Massachusetts. The sponsor on the car is the Dry Spill.
Coming out of four for that first lap. Lays down a time of 19.396. That puts him in third place right now. And that time's going to stick, 19.396.
Next car out to qualify, Jake Matheson in the 52 car. Jake is from Hillsborough, New Hampshire, also a race agent sim racing driver.
Yeah, we're noticing a little damage there on the right front of the car already. Never mind that, he lays down a time of 19.409, puts him in fifth place right now. And that time will stick, 19.409, fifth place.
Next car out, TJ Graves. TJ is from Wall, New Jersey. Sponsors are FriendlyBoxBrakes.com, Double Clutch M3. His normal league is SRST.
The 22 lays down a time of 19.512. Has him sitting 11th right now. See if he can better that time. Got a great run off four there. Yes, he does. He picks it up. 19.472 for TJ Graves. Bumps him up to 7th.
Next car out on the track, another one of the race agent sim racing drivers, Garrett Lamb in the 16 car. Garrett is from Windham, Maine. Got real loose off the 2 there. See how that affects him.
$19,441. That puts him in 6th. He is fighting that car. That time sticks. He's in 6th place with a 19,441.
Next car up to qualify, Connor O'Kresick. Don't have where Connor's from. I believe he's from Alabama, though. And no sponsors or anything, but he's in the 14 car.
Now he's going to try to make it on this last lap here. He did not get a good run off that turn 2, and so he just tried to make it up on the next lap. So let's see how he does here. 19.441. Same time as Garrett Lambert, just a touch slower, so he's in 7th right now.
Next car out to qualify is the Ice Bowl 200 winner from last year, Thomas Axum in the number 13. Thomas is from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. He is sponsored by Race Agent Sim Racing and Tom Axum Trucking.
Yeah, Tom put on a show last year for us. Let's see how he does this lap.
Man, real loose off of the corner there.
Got a little loose, but still comes out 5th with a 19.401. Let's see if he improves on this lap. And he'll qualify 5th at 19.40.
Once again, another Race Agent Sim Racing driver, the 39 of Max Cookson from Pittsfield, Maine, on track right now to make his qualifying lap. Just to confirm what I said before, Connor Okrezik is from Mobile, Alabama.
Cookson runs a 19.559, puts him at 15th right now. And that's good enough for him.
Next car out to qualify, the 78 of Joe Lawrence, London, Ontario, Canada entry. McCool Racing Enterprises is the sponsor.
Wow, Joe puts down a great lap, just 1/1000th of a second off the pole. He is at 19.372 and he is stopping right there. He's 2nd.
Next car out to qualify, the number 97 entry, Cody Brinson out of Lakeland, Florida. Mike Wood Race Designs is the sponsor on that car, and Down South Racing is his lead. I'm going to say right now, Mike Wood, that's probably my favorite paint job I've ever seen you do.
I think we need to watch Cody tonight. He lays down a time of 19.394. That puts him in 4th. He has been fast all week. And he's going to qualify 4th, 19.394.
Looks like the next car out to qualify is the 98 car, Michael Goddard. Michael was out of Fort Myers, Florida. NRC Racing is the sponsor on that. That is National Roofing, Collier County. And Down South Racing is his lead.
Mike lays down a time of 19.535, puts him in 17th right now. And Goddard will start 17th if things stay like they are right now.
Next car out to qualify, the 60 car, Parker Travs. Parker is from Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. Travs Motorsports, Draco Springs are the sponsors on that ride. Ontario iRacing Association is the league he belongs to normally. Parker's one of those ones that he sneaks up on you. Like, I hadn't seen him all week. Came in, finished good in the B main, and here he is.
Yeah, the B-Main was a heck of a race. And he is on the pole. 19.345. What a lap.
The 2 car, Andrew Wooten, our next car out. There are 8 cars remaining in qualifying. Andrew Wooten is from Anderson, South Carolina. Jake Watson's Designs, the sponsor on that car.
Nice looking car there. He's laid down a time of 19.864. Not the lap he was looking for. It's got him at 24th right now. But he bettered that with a 19.493. That puts him at 17th.
Next car out to qualify, the 00, Stephen Matthews. Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada driver. CBC Racing, the sponsor. MIRL is his normal league.
Wow, Steve lays down a time of 19.326. He has got the pole.
That's a quick lap right there. Fast time all week with heat races and everything was a 2.60 by Paul Kashiba, and I don't see anybody really coming close to it.
Yeah, I think Steven won the first heat, didn't he?
On track right now, Jason Berg.
He lays down a time of 19.346. Has got him in third right now. And he's done.
On track now, Andre Fiorini. Andre is in the 7 car. Andre is from Port Hope, Ontario, Canada. Rockstar Energy Drink is the sponsor. Sarah is his normal league.
This kid has been fast all week. Can't wait to see what he has to do here. So, and guess what? He's on the pole. 19.322. On track now is Dalton Collins, the number 95 car. Got a little loose coming off of 2 there. Let's see how he does on this first lap. 19th with a 19.483. Dalton was from Woodbury, Tennessee.
Next car out to qualify is the 3 car, Jacob Porter. Jacob is from Austinville, Virginia. Blue Ridge Auto Parts and Napa are his sponsors. CEA is his league.
He's in 5th place with a time of 19.361.
Next car out to qualify, Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn is from East Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Carolina Drones is the sponsor, and Race Agent Sim Racing.
Ryan Kuhn lays down a time of 19.361, which puts him in 5th place right now.
The last car out to qualify tonight, the number 40 car, Jimmy Mullis. Jimmy is from Midland, North Carolina. K1 Speed is the sponsor on that ride, and Sarah is his lead. Jimmy, from what I'm being told, is the favorite for the pole, so we'll see what he can do.
Mullis lays down a just off the pole with 19.323, 1,000th of a second off. He's still going for it. He's going to try to beat Andre out off the pole here. And he didn't do it. He's going to start on the outside pole with Andre Fiorini starting first.
Man, look at that top 3 in qualifying. A 3.22, a 3.23, and a 3.26. 4 thousandths of a second in qualifying between the top 3 cars. Give you a quick field rundown from qualifying. Starting on the pole, the 7, Andre Fiorini. 2nd, Jimmy Mullis in the 40 ride. Stephen Matthews in the 00 starting 3rd. Parker Travis 4th in the 60. Jason Berg 5th in the 21 car. Ryan Kuhn 6th in the 72. Jacob Porter 7th in the 36 car. Justin Bolton 8th. Joe Lawrence in the 78 9th. And rounding out the top 10 will be the 31 car of Brandon Wilkinson.
Starting 11th will be Cody Brinson in the 97 car, sponsored by Mike Wood Race Designs. Starting 12th is Ryan Doucette. Next to be Joseph Galata in the number 25 car. Then Thomas Axum, last year's winner in the 13. He's going to roll off 13th, 14th. That was 14th. We're in 15th now is Jake Matheson. 16th is Garrett Lamb. 17th will be Connor. I'm gonna tear this up. But Okresic. Okresic. I'm sorry. Thank you. Starting 18th is Dalton Collins. 19th is Hunter Wright. And rounding out the top 20 is TJ Graves.
21st, Mike Rhino in the 34 car. 22nd, Jake Goodwin in the 24 car. 23rd is Cole Cabray in the 12. Andrew Wooten in the 2, starting 24th. David Cassidy, 25th in the 23 car. Michael Goddard in the 98 car, starting 26th. Max Cookson in the 39, 27th. John Michael Chenette, 28th in the 82 car. Jeff Conover in the 5, starting 29th. Ken Marin Jr. in the 81, 30th. Rounding out the field, the 86, Jason Miller.
Thanks, man. Sorry about turning that up.
From first is a 19.322. All the way back to 31st is a 19.711. So there is less than 0.4 of a second between the whole field. Joint drivers meeting going on right now. Then the field will line up and we'll get ready to go. 200 laps. Would like to thank a couple sponsors for tonight. Mike Wood Race Designs, Dante Curtis Designs, and No Brakes TV for helping put this race on. Andre Fiorini won the pole. He also won $5. That was one of the awards put up. Quick rundown of what we have going on tonight for everybody just joining. You have 0 quick repairs in the pit. So anybody on that starts a race, if you're in a major wreck and your car's destroyed, you're done. You have 6 tires on pit road. So you can do that any way you want. You can take lefts, right. You can take 4, you can take 2, however you want to do it. The way the ruling is worded is if the admin sees your car get jacked up more than 3 times, that's a penalty, because that means you can assume you're taking tires. Also, the race is 200 laps. From lap 190 to 200, there are no caution laps. So the last 10 laps, caution laps do not count. There will be 2 attempts at a green-white checker. After that, once the white is out, the race is official, and they will race back to the checker. Tonight is the 3rd annual Ice Bowl. The original Ice Bowl was won by Brad Patton. Last year's, the defending winner is Thomas Axum, who is actually in the field tonight and will start 14th position. Trying to see if I can get a word with our pole sitter for tonight and see if he'll answer me to come down and do an interview. Make sure everyone goes on the broadcast on YouTube, on the live chat, and votes for which paint scheme you like the most. Let's get our pole sitter in here for a quick interview. Andre Fiorini, pole sitter for the Ice Bowl 200. How you doing, man? Andre, are you there?
Oh yeah, we're just going through the drivers meeting here. I was actually surprised I got the pole. I'd just like to thank everyone at Scott Eckridge Chassis, my real life team CHR, the boys back in the Maritimes. Everyone that touches this car is a big help to me. Just surprised I got the pole. It's just 200 laps to go. Just gonna ride it out, keep all the fenders on the car, and go from there.
Now, what's your strategy tire-wise? I mean, are you going to give that up, or I mean, is there really any? I mean, 4-2. What are you going to do throughout the race?
The boys on Team Scare got a special strategy worked out. I'm not going to say what it is, of course, but I have a special idea in mind that I think will work. Track position's everything here. As you've seen by qualifying, 1st through 20th is separated pretty much by a 1/10.5. So I think you got to have your last up done before 70 go. That's the one thing I'm going to say. Other than that, we're just going to save the tires, keep all the fenders on it, and then just ride out from the end.
Yeah, and you've been fast all week, man. I mean, I was in races with you all week, and you were usually one of the fast cars and just got caught up in other stuff there. So keep the fenders on it like you said, and I think you'll have a good run.
That's going to be the main idea, and it's I believe it's the Canadian water up here. It gives me an extra tenth on the track.
All right, man. Thanks for coming and joining us. Andre Fiorini, pole sitter for the Icebreaker 200. Sorry, Ice Bowl 200. He was one of those guys that all week in the heat races, he'd be one of the top 3 cars and get caught up in a wreck, or just something stupid would happen to him, and just never came through until recently. So good to see him have some luck and get the pole. Doing a quick housekeeping here, looking over some of the votes for the paint scheme contest. I only see a few votes. I have to tally that up later on. But right now, the one I see the most votes for is the 72 car of Ryan Kuhn. The field is gridded. We are getting ready to roll off. Get ready to go green here for the Ice Bowl 200.
All right, we're gonna give you a field rundown. We got starting on the pole, Andre Fiorini, starting second, Jimmy Mullis in the 40 car, starting third, Stephen Matthews in the 00. Okay, and then in fourth we got Parker Traves, and then we got Jason Berg starting fifth.
Lining up sixth, Ryan Kuhn in the 72 car. Jacob Porter lines up seventh in the 3. Justin Bolton 8th in the 36. Joe Lawrence 9th in the 78 car. And 10th is Brandon Wilkinson, the 31.
All right, starting 11th, we got Cody Brinson. Starting 12th is Ryan Ducetti. 13th is going to be Joseph Galata. 14th, Thomas Axum. 15th is Jake Matheson. 16th is Garrett Lamb. Oh, and you got me again in the 17th place. I'm going to call him CO. O'Kresick. I'm going to call him CO for the night. The 18th, starting 18th is Dalton Collins. 19th is Hunter Wright. And 20th is TJ Graves.
21st, Mike Rhino. 22nd, Jay Goodwin. 23rd, Cole Cabry. 24th, Andrew Wooten. 25th, Dave Cassidy. 26th, Michael Goddard. 27th, Max Cookson. John Michael Chanette is 28th. 29th is Jeff Conover. 30th is Ken Marin. Rounding out the field, 31st, old Jason Miller.
Our man.
Field getting one to go right here. Doubled up, ready to go racing.
We're getting them all lined up here on the back straightaway. I can tell Andre he's ready to go. Great looking bunch of cars. They're tightening up now.
Pace car's off. Andre Fiorini gets a huge jump on the 40. Contact back in the field. Not sure who that was. Looked like the 14 cars all stacked up. Looks like he's heading to pit road already. He pulls back up. He's getting back going. 24 car also way up the field. Jake Goodwin. Out front, Andre Fiorini. Steve Matthews second. Excuse me. Jimmy Mullis second. Steve Matthews third. Brian Kuhn fourth. Parker Travs rounding out the top 5. We are on lap 4, and Andre Fiorini continues to show the way over Jimmy Mullis, Steve Matthews, Ryan Kuhn, and Parker Travs.
We're on lap 6 now. Andre Fiorini still out front.
Field's pretty much single file all the way through, Mike. I mean, right now I think would be the best time to just sit back and figure out what the setup's like. Wouldn't you think?
Sure, just let's ride around for a little while and figure these cars out and get the tires warmed up and let's see what happens.
Only battle I really see right now is looks like it's for 20th position. Right around 20th. It's Mike Rhino and Hunter Wright, 16th and 17th are battling pretty hard. You also got Michael Goddard in that battle. Dave Cassidy's there, Connor Okrezik. Like right now, you've got the 12 and the 16, it looks like. Cole Cabry and the 16 of Garrett Lamb side by side. Cabry ends up taking the spot.
Yeah, great racing back here for positions 13th and 14th. With Galata and Wilkinson here.
You're pretty much single file all the way through as I scroll through the field.
I think Mullis is about ready to make a move here on Andre. He keeps sizing him up.
Yeah, he's getting that big run into the corner. It seems like Andre gets a little bit better run off, but Mullis can get right back to him going down into the corner.
Definitely getting a better run going into 3 here.
Mullis sitting there, I mean, just 2 tenths behind. You know, every lap it stays right about 2 tenths even. Steve Matthews about 3 tenths of a second back from that. Had our first car fall out. Jason Miller, fan favorite in the 86, fell out.
Understand he had connection issues. That's a shame. I was really hoping to see Jason do really well tonight.
Good battle going on for the 25, with the 25 and 31 again. Then right in front of them, you got Ryan Doucette and Cody Brinson battling hard. Cody tucks in line behind Doucette. Right behind him is the 13, defending champion Tom Axel. Tom's going to look low.
Cody's going to shut him down. Cody gives him room now.
He kind of forced him down there, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought so too. But Thomas, those guys are really good. They're saving their car.
Give you a quick field rundown here. Lap 16 of 200. Andre Fiorini in the lead. Jimmy Mullis second. Steve Matthews third. Ryan Kuhn fourth. Parker Traves fifth. Jason Berg sixth. Jacob Porter seventh. Justin Bolton eighth. Joe Lawrence ninth. Ryan Doucette 10th. The battle we've been talking about is for 11th between Cody Brinson and Thomas Axum. Right behind Axum, you've got Joseph Galata, Brandon Wilkinson, Jake Matheson, Dalton Collins, Cole Cabry, TJ Graves, Garrett Lamb, and Andrew Wooten round out. Looks like Andrew Wooten just got past Garrett Lamb for 19th. Hunter Wright, 21st. That stuff's
I'm watching the battle for the lead here. Andre, he has got a mirror full of Jimmy Mullis right now. Mullis is just biding his time right now. Oh, he puts the bumper to him. Andre still hanging on to it. But Mullis gave him a little love tap there, let him know he was back there behind him.
I see now Ryan Kuhn has cleared Stephen Matthews for third as well. Mullis right there. I mean, it seems like he wants to look low, but just doesn't have the momentum to get there. Another good battle right now is the 36 of Justin Bolton and the 3 of Jacob Porter. These guys are battling for 7th and 8th, it looks like. Looked like they were door to door about to wreck going into the corner. Both saved it, drove off. Bolton tucks back in line. Bolton looks like he's running a higher line, Mike. You notice that?
Yeah, I was sitting here watching that myself. It must be working for him up there.
I'm wondering if maybe it's not giving him like a bigger run up off the corner on the guy ahead of him or something. I mean, that might be something to watch later on in the race and see if other people try to use it.
Yeah, when he moves high, he gets a great run off the corner.
Sorry for interrupting you there. He just put a huge bumper to the 3 of Porter. Got him really sideways, about wrecked him.
Yeah, that was awful close. What a great save there. Jacob falls back to 9th now after that little run in.
Good battle deep in the field back here. Looks like 16th and 17th. And 95 of Dalton Collins. Oh, trouble. Big trouble. 13, defending champion Thomas Axum. Mike Rhino's in it. The 95 of Collins, who we were just talking about. The 12 is in it of Cole Cabry.
Yeah, I see Collins. Collins is coming into pits now. He is smoking not the way he wanted his night to go.
Looking back at the replay now, going down the front stretch, the 13 of Axum and the 25 of Galata. They were right behind Cody Brinson. They're 12th and 13th. coming down this front stretch, Axum tries to close the door is what I see. And I mean, the 25's got nothing to do, runs into him, and then Axum tries to pinch him down through the corner and ends up getting spun. I mean, pretty plain and simple in my eyes there. What do you think, Mike?
That's exactly what it looked like to me. He wasn't giving him any room at all. And that's the thing that's going to happen here at Martinsville.
A little too early to be running like that, I think.
Absolutely. I'm sure they... Go ahead, buddy.
What kind of takers we got from pit road here. Looks like Axum is on pit road right now. Collins was in that accident. He's on pit road. Jacob Porter pitted. Hunter Wright looks like he may have also come on pit road.
I see Jeff Conover, and I see Shanette came in with him.
You know, we're 30 laps in, but some of the racing I've seen, it looks like a lot of these guys, the strategy they're playing is just kind of sit back and see what happens. I mean, to me, Jimmy Mullis ain't going to sit back here much longer. That's going to be my opinion.
No, he wants to get up front right now and get in front of Fiorini here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's hot on his tail the whole time we've been watching him. So we'll see what he's got here. I mean, I think the problem he's going to have now is Ryan Kuhn is right there in third. And if Mullis doesn't get to the bottom, he's going to get freight trained on this restart.
I think you're right. This is going to be a hornet's nest when it starts back up. Rhino gets to wave around the pace car. We're starting to line up here. And we have waved off to yellow. We're going to have one to go when we get back to the line. We delayed the start there. Trying to get everybody lined up where they're supposed to be. Lights are off on the pace car. We're one lap to go to a green. This is what you were talking about just a few minutes ago, Phil. With Mullins on the outside here, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him getting down too soon. Fiorini gets a big jump again, but leaves a hole there, and that's going to help Mullis. You got Kuhn there in third, still side by side with Matthews. Parker Trav's trying to fill the hole right there behind Matthews. Is this going to be one of those instances, like they say, cautions breed cautions, Mike?
It sure looks like it to me. We're too wide for all the way back to about 12th, it looks like.
Yeah, great battles going on back there between looks like the 78 of Joe Lawrence. You got the 36 car there. Justin Bolton, the 77 of Doucette, the 97 of Brinson, 25 of Galata, Wilkinson's right there, Matheson. I mean, these guys are, you got, ooh, Steve Matthews falling back big time.
Yeah, I think he might have had gotten contact with the wall there, but the caution is out.
Looks like the caution is caused by the 13 car, Thomas Axum, who was just in that last crash. Blew the motor on that 13, so our defending champion of this race will not defend this year.
That's a shame. He's always up here.
Yeah, last year he was that guy that, you know, we talked about it before this race off air. to me, you almost have to sit back and be that guy that's hiding out in the back, you know. Take your tire strategy, kind of like Andre Fiorini said when we interviewed him before the race, and just play it out and be there at the end. I mean, you look, like we said, cautions breed cautions, and we're only on lap 33 of 200.
Exactly like Brandon Anderson did in the B main. He sat back there and kind of let the race come to him, you know, and he finished fourth to get into main. I hate he couldn't make it, but he did a great job just staying out of trouble.
Looks like the 29 car, Hunter Wright, will be the lucky dog this time. I think he, in my opinion, will be that guy you got to watch for later in this race. During all the heat races and all the practices, he was that guy that was there, but never said a whole lot, just, you know, did what he had to do and was there at the end. We were talking about Steve Matthews when the caution came out. You look at the right front, that thing's got a lot of damage on it. He must have gotten a good amount of contact with the wall. Also, the 78 of Joe Lawrence, same thing on his car. The right front's already tore up.
Yeah, the further you go back, the more damage you're going to find, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's some of these cars that, I mean, looking back at the 81 Ken Marin, who's 21st on the field right now, it looks like. The whole right front fender of his car is about gone. Looks like we'll be going green next time by. The field's doubled up.
Is this where Mullis is going to get this run?
I don't know. Fiorini keeps getting this big jump. We'll see if Mullis can time it right. Fiorini kind of playing a dirty game there, moving him up, if you saw that.
Yeah, he kept him up there.
Mullis stays right to his outside, though. Parker Travs moves into third. Oh, trouble further back.
Oh, the Fiorini's and Mullis. Oh, it's a train wreck back here at the back. That all happened with the leaders.
Wow, big problems. I'm trying to go back and see what the initial contact was.
Watching the replay, it looks like Mullis just gets in the back of Fiorini here. Looks like Fiorini was coming down a little bit too, so one of those racing deals, Phil?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it. What I see originally caused the stack up was the 2 and the 22 made contact in 1 and 2. That was the crash I saw. The 2 went around and hit the inside wall and was stopped.
I see Mullis is getting the EOL, and so is Andrew Woot. They're going to the back of the end of the longest line here. I know Fiorini is not happy.
What I see there is, just like you and I had talked about, Mike, Mullis got a big run down the straightaway. And he tried to go inside, and I don't think Fiorini expected him to be where he was.
That's exactly what it looked like to me when he came down a little bit. Maybe he didn't know he was quiet there, but leading the race, and it's still so early.
There's going to be quite a few cars with damage in this. Looking at the replay, I see the 7, the 40, the 21, the 00, maybe the 97. I don't know how hard he hit. The 72, the 25, I believe that's Yeah, Brandon Wilkinson might have gotten a little bit, but big implications for how the rest of this race is going to go.
I agree. This took out some of the front runners right here.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge. And you know, it's kind of stinks for Mullis and them, but I mean, what at the same time, you know, it's part of racing that you got to make that move. I mean, I see the good and the bad in it at the same time.
Absolutely. I think, you know, of course, I'm not into race because I didn't make it. I did not qualify. So, but maybe would have give him a little more room in both cases, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're less than a quarter of the way through the field. And these guys are racing like it's 10 to go right now, you know. Looks like we'll be going green this time by. Parker Travs is now your leader. Joe Lawrence second. Ryan Kuhn is third. Justin Bolton fourth. Ryan Doucette fifth. Cody Brinson is sixth. 23 cars on the lead lap as we go green, and Parker Travs gets a great jump. Ryan Kuhn comes right up along with him.
Spin in the back. Oh. Looks like we're going to get a caution again.
Not sure, but it almost looked like he lost it on his own. Go back, it was the
I'm
16.
going back to watch the replay now, and the 16 just lost it.
I'm wondering if maybe that's not a little net code with the damage that 31 car has. You know, it's hard to picture it, but I mean, there's a big gap between those two cars.
Right, but it did snap loose like a net code, so we'll see what happens.
Looks like, per the admins, it is going to be a net code call. No penalty enforced. Nobody will get an EOL. You know, tough break for the 16. He's back at the back of the field, but I mean, it could have been a lot worse. He didn't hit anything.
That's right. At least he didn't tear anything up.
The 25 car will be the lucky dog this time. Joseph Galata. Right now, it looks like there is 19, maybe 20 cars on the lead lap, not 100%.
Looks like I got 24 cars on the lead lap. What I'm showing right now on my scoring.
See, mine's showing 19 cars on the lead lap. You've got Galata is going to be the lucky dog, so he'll get one back. You got Cassidy and Conover both a lap down. See how this pans out once they come back around. We'll see the scoring. $23 cars on the lead lap right now. John Michael Chenette will be the first car lap down. Jimmy Mullis, 1 lap down. Dave Cassidy, 1 lap down. Those are the last cars in the field. We got the 21 of Jason Berg is out. Thomas Axum is out. Dalton Collins is out. And Jason Miller retired early due to connection issues.
Trying to get a good look at Cody's car. It looks like he's all clean. The top, at least 3 of the 4 cars up front look pretty clean. Lawrence has got a damaged right front.
Just watching the 36, and Justin Bolton was just on pit road. He's rolling back out right now. Looks like we're going to be going green this time by.
They're bunching them up here. Pace cars off.
Kuhn and Travs on the front row. Travs gets a huge jump again. Oh, here comes... Wow, what a save by Kuhn. Joe Lawrence and him just made huge contact.
Wow, and the guys behind them, great job of not getting into that.
Lawrence
really give Trav some room here.
Lawrence gets second. Kuhn falls back to third. Doucette fourth. Right now, battle is on for fifth between Jake Matheson and Cody Brinson. Matheson will get the spot. Brinson falling back to sixth. Brandon Wilkinson looking inside of him right now.
And there's Cody Brinson. Oh, he saves it. Great save by Cody. Great job by everybody behind him not destroying everybody's cars there.
The crazy thing is he only lost 4 spots out of that whole deal.
Yeah, he was all down in the grass on the curb. He was mudslinging.
Parker Traves out front by 7/10 of a second over Joe Lawrence. Ryan Kuhn wrecking on the backstretch. The 3 car, Jacob Porter.
Well, Fiorini's coming into the pits right now. He's still got some damage from that earlier wreck.
Looks like this time by, let's see, Andre Fiorini pitted. Steve Matthews is on pit road. Dave Cassidy's car is all tore up. Looks like Jimmy Mullis in the 40 is our wave round car. He was fast at the beginning of the race. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, if you remember, him and Fiorini got in a little incident there while they were leading.
Yeah, Fiorini's pitted multiple times since then. As I said before, there's 0 quick repairs in this race. So basically, you gotta, while you're pitting, you gotta try to get as much damage fixed in that time that you can.
For those guys new to iRacing or watching us online and don't understand what we're talking about quick repairs, basically some hosted races have what we call quick repairs. Cars just come in, you stop, the car's automatically back to 100%. We have none of those.
Looks like we're going green this time by. See how this replay pans out with Ryan Kuhn and Joe Lawrence after last time, Wood.
Yeah, I don't think Traves is going to get like a run like he did last time.
Well, look at Lawrence staying right with him right there. Traves got a jump, but not as big as what he did before.
Yeah, I stand corrected. He did get a jump, but like you said, not as big as the one he had before.
Battle right now is for third between Doucette and Kuhn. Right behind them, Jake Matheson, Brandon Wilkinson, Cole Cabre. All right there together. Big shout out to Michael Goddard. Michael Goddard started 26th and was all the way up to 9th.
Wow, and that's a hard yard.
Quite a few cars that started deeper in the field up front now. Here, Jake Matheson started 15th. He's running 4th. Cole Cabre started 23rd. He's sitting 6th right now. And then you have Goddard, who started 26th, running 9th. Ken Marin Jr. started 30th, and he's sitting 10th right now. Caution's out. Rhino's up in smoke. Looks like his days are good. Looks like the 2 car, Andrew Wooten and the 36 of Justin Bolton, got together coming off of turn 4.
It's a shame to see Mike Rhino coming into pits there smoking. Looks like it may be the end of his day.
Also, while we were under this caution, Joseph Galata has retired from the race. Looks like Galata right now is 5 laps down. Andre Fiorini is 3 laps down. Looks like the call is the 2 and the 36, both to the rear.
Fiorini back in the pits. He is trying to get that car back to 100% before the end of this race.
Fiorini 2 laps down, but still trying to work on this car and get it back up, back out, able to run up front.
He is watching that pace car right now, and he's out. Fiorini staying 2 laps down.
Looks like we'll be going green this time by. according to admins, all cars that could have been eligible for a wave round had part in that wreck, so there was no wave round. Parker Travs gets a jump on Joe Lawrence again out front.
My man CO in the 14. Connor, I'm not even going to attempt it again, but he's doing really good right now.
Yeah, and you look at the back of that car, that thing's all beat up.
We hadn't said a whole lot about him tonight. Of course, I mean, I can't say anything about him. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's actually been doing really good moving up through the field.
Oh, good battle going on right now as I look at it. The 97, Cody Brinson, bounces off the wall. Looks like he just got tight, hit the wall, hit the 22. The 22 spun around, hit him again, and then collected the 16 car. Garrett Lamb.
Cody got real tight there and got into the wall, and just a mess happened.
You know, I tried running some heat races for this race earlier this week. I didn't make it. But this setup, you were either perfect off the corner, and if you missed your mark by a little bit, you got super, super tight or super, super loose. And that's a product of it right there. He just had a car on his inside, tried to give him room and got tight and caught the fence.
Okrezik's in the pits. I said it. I said his last name, Connor Okrezik. The 14 is in the pits.
The 5 car, Jeff Connor, bringing the lucky dog. Is anybody going to do anything with Parker Travs? That's my question. You know, earlier in the race, we were talking about Fiorini and Mullis out front. Now Travs is doing the same thing, getting that big jump and just taking off.
Yeah, I think Lawrence, he's trying to stick with him, but up there on that outside, he's just not getting the good a jump as Travs is coming off.
He's also got quite a bit of damage on that car, I believe.
Yeah, right front is destroyed. Right side of the car is really flattened out. With these super late models, they are finicky. If you have any damage at all, it's not going to run like you want it to.
Tell you what, looking through the field, surprisingly, there's a car up front that's really, really clean, and you look at all the cars around him, they're not. Ryan Kuhn's car is still pretty much perfect.
He has done a great job of not staying out of trouble. Him and Travs look very good.
He's just got to be able to fill that hole underneath that 78 car. And on the restarts, I mean, it's so hard because if you try to time it right, you spin your tires here, so you got to be careful. 78 gets a good restart side by side with Travs down into 1.
I think this is just what Coons wanted to see right here.
Yeah, I agree. the guy we might want to watch right now. Little CEO, Connor Crescent. Contact deep in the field between the
Joe Lawrence led that lap, Phil.
See, what's cool is on the outside, you get a really good run here. I mean, you can beat the guy into the corner, but the outside line pulls.
Yeah, he gets a great run out there on that outside.
I think he led that one again.
He is taking that line away from Traves, and you can tell that car gets really, really squirrely on the inside there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. Oh, and Traves moves him up. Talk about
That took some of the pressure off.
Now he's got a battle with Kuhn. Kuhn doors him up too. Joe just went from leading the race to fifth, all because of slight contact. And I mean, that's what we were talking about before with these late models. It doesn't take much. And also, after watching the MIRL race the other night, after about 60 laps, these tires are in rough shape. And right now, the top 7 cars have 91 laps on their tires. Jimmy Mullis has 17 laps and is back up to 8th place. Watch the line Ryan Kuhn's running, Mike. Kuhn's running that line we talked about with Mullis earlier when he was in second. And
That's
somebody
right.
else that we talked about too, kind of high, going in high and then bringing it down in there. And look at the run he's getting on Traves.
But check out the 40 car of Mullis. He is a man on a mission right now.
Yeah, that he is. The leader last lap ran a 20.167. Jimmy Mullis ran a 20.087. So he is 1/10 of a second faster than him.
New tires and something to prove. He's going to be a factor in this thing before it's over with.
Back deep in the field, you got the 14 of Connor Kresick, the 2 of Andrew Luton, and the 98 of Cody Brinson battling hard. Brinson got the EOL the last caution. He's on fresh tires as well, so some of these guys might be ones to watch coming up here. Whole field single file right now.
Mullis ain't happy with that though. He's going to take it too wide down here coming off the 4, and he's going to take that position away, and he is in 6th position now. Excuse me, 5th position now.
Good battle right now between the 81 of Ken Moran and the 78 of Joe Lawrence. That's for 6th position. The 12 kind of checked up a little bit. Cost the 81 some ground there.
And Mullis back to 4th now.
Ryan Kuhn looking under Traves for the lead. Traves blocked him.
And now Mullis is there. You can throw a blanket over the top 4 right now.
halfway that time by. I believe I just saw 3 wide going into turn 1 the last lap. Wow, I did. The 78 Joe Lawrence, the 12 of Cole Cabre made contact, about wrecked, and the 81 of Ken Marin drove to the outside, thought better of it, and let them both gather it back up. Back up front, Jimmy Mullis takes over third from Jake Matheson. This guy is on a mission.
Jake really giving the rope there. He let it go. Smart decision there.
Lap traffic getting ready to come into play for the first time in this race. The thing that surprised me is the first car they're catching the lap is going to be Mike Rhino. Was that car not smoking and pretty much blown up motor not long ago?
That's what I thought. Now Mullis is going into second.
I give it maybe 3 or 4 laps and he takes the lead here because he's on fresh tires. He's got 74 lap fresher tires than the 60 does.
Absolutely. I know those guys are ready to pit right now, seeing how much faster Mullis is.
Battle for the lead, Mullis to the outside.
He's not waiting 3 laps. He is taking it right now on the outside here at Martinsville.
That was a great move. Like we said before, that outside line, especially fresh tires compared to old tires, you get such a run up off the corner.
Now we're starting to go through lap traffic. Mike Rhino, the first car we got to, just like you said, that car was smoking early. I thought he was done for the night.
Yeah, he's only 3 laps down right now. These guys catching lap traffic here. The 22 of TJ Graves and Mike Rhino are just paying hell with these guys. They can't do anything. And our leaders caught these 2 cars mostly coming off the corner. One car we've talked about quite a bit, pole sitter Andre Fiorini. 2 laps down at 23rd place. He is way off the pace.
That's a shame. I was really pulling for him to do good tonight, hoping he would shine tonight. And to see him get taken out early, so early, but just for no reason.
Still lots of great battles all over the track, and you can go through and you can pick out the guys who are on somewhat fresher tires and the guys who are on these 114 lappers. And I mean, for instance, watching like Jimmy Mullis. Jimmy Mullis has a half a straightaway lead, and like right now, Ryan Kuhn and Parker Trav side by side for second. They're on 115 lap tires. They're struggling around here. You can see them getting loose. They're getting tight. The car just isn't doing what they want.
Yeah, and they're going to start getting impatient here watching Mullis just pull away.
Looks like Matheson now underneath the Travs for third. Still a good battle, side by side. Matheson lifts a little early. Travs drives in deep. Matheson clears him coming off the Ford. Oh, Travs gets loose. Saves it. Only loses 2 positions. That car was way out of shape coming off of turn 4.
Did a really good job there saving that car. Not taking others out with him.
While we're on a long green flag run, we'll do a full field rundown. Right now, your leader, Jimmy Mullis, comeback story of the race, I'll tell you. A while ago, we were almost writing him off. He was in that wreck. Had to go to the rear, pitted 3 times. Here he is back at the lead. Second place, Ryan Kuhn, number 72 car. Sitting third, Jake Matheson, the 52. Joe Lawrence, running fourth in the 78. Ken Marin Jr., 5th. This guy started 30th and is running 5th right now. This is what I'm saying. You just got to sit and ride. Parker Travs, 6th, led a good majority of this race a little bit ago. Max Cookson, 7th. Brandon Wilkinson running 8th in the 31. Cole Cabre, 9th in the 12. CO Connor Crescent running 10th in the 14. Michael Goddard sitting 11th in the 98. Hunter Wright 12th in the 29. Garrett Lamb 13th in the 16 car. Jacob Porter 14th in the 3. Ryan Doucette 15th in the 77. Jake Goodwin 16th in the 24. I believe that is the last car on the lead lap. Is Goodwin. I apologize, I was wrong. Jake Goodwin is not the last car on the lead lap. And you have Andrew Wooten, Dave Cassidy, Cody Brinson, Jeff Conover will be the last car on the lead lap, running 20th. Steve Matthews 1 lap down in 21st. Andre Fiorini 22nd, 2 laps down. TJ Graves 24th, 3 laps down. John Michael Shanat, Justin Bolton, Joseph Galata, Jason Berg, Thomas Axum, Dalton Collins, and Jason Miller have all retired. As of right now, there are 24 cars on track and 20 cars on the lead line. Your leader, Jimmy Mullis, out to about a straightaway lead. 1.783 seconds to be exact. Oh, contact in the field. Parker Traves with another amazing save. Contact from Max Cookson sent Traves sideways. He saved it, kept driving. He drives in deep to get payback on him. Gives him a shot, sends him up the track. Brandon Wilkinson comes with the 60 car. Lap 130 on the board right now. These guys are starting to get antsy. They all fall back in single file. Connor O'Kresick looking low on the 39 of Max Cookson. Contact between the two of them. More contact, more contact. 14 finally clears and brings the 98 with him, Michael Goddard. Passing the lap car. Whoa! Not sure what happened there. 98 of Goddard got into the back of the 22. 22 car blew up.
Oh, caution's out. He stopped on the front straightaway. I bet you're going to see some guys take tires this time.
The 22 car took a shot in the rear from the 98 at Goddard. Goddard hit the wall. Sorry, Graves hit the wall and blew the motor and came to a stop on the front stretch.
I bet everybody takes tires this time. Here comes Mullis in with Kuhn, Matheson,
Pit
Lawrence.
stops in order for a lot of the cars here. Mullis, we'll have to see what he does here, Mike. I wonder if he'll take 2 or 4. I wonder what he did earlier.
He's going to take 4 just like everybody else. Why not?
There go the right sides up. He took 2 tires, Mike.
Wow.
So that probably means that Mullis took his 4 early in the race and only had 2 left. But at this point, you've only got 64 laps to go. I mean, that might not be a bad strategy if you think about it.
You might be right. Look who's out front. Connor O'Kresick.
That's twice now. 14 of O'Kresick and the 77 of Doucette stayed out. See what Jimmy Mullis can do with 2 tires compared to their none. O'Kresick last pitted 56 laps ago as well, Doucette did.
I think Mullis with new tires, I think he's going to make short work of these guys.
The car right behind him as well, that 3 car, Jacob Porter. I believe he brought a caution out not that long ago as well, didn't he?
He sure did. Now he's back up there in 4th place.
Tell you, man, Travs has been digging this race, and I've seen him save the car about 3 times when most people would have been wrecked. So, great car control.
Even Matthews just beats the pace car out of the pits there. And now he's going to get the wave around.
Looks like we'll be going green this time by. O'Kresick, Doucette, Mullis, Porter, Kuhn, Lawrence, Matheson, Travs, Cabry, and Wilkinson are your top 10.
Let's see what O'Kresick does. He will restart. Oh, he started. He's ready to go.
It's probably the earliest restart we've seen so far.
Yeah, that seemed a little early, but
Contact back in the field. Like it was a 29 to Hunter Wright and a 16 to Garrett Lamb. Everybody straightens it out. Still digging. Look at Jimmy Mullis.
the 52, he spins right here in the front straightaway. Trave's got him.
Yeah, it was an accordion effect there. They were 3 wide right in front of him. Doucette, 78, and looked like Kuhn.
Yeah, nothing they could do there. It was just a racing deal.
Yeah, it almost looked like the 52 checked up to keep from running those guys over. Travs ran him over.
Is Connor going to pit this time? He does not. He is going to stay out.
77 also stayed out. Who's the other car that has older tires? Steve Matthews just barely beats the pace car off again. It's like right now, there's 18 cars on the lead lap.
I can honestly say I don't think there's any car without damage now.
One to go this time by. Scanning through the field, Mike, there's not a lot of cars without damage. I think I see about 2 that look like they have like very minor damage, and everybody else is pretty well tore up.
Yep. I don't. If they don't have damage, I don't see how. These guys have really been putting on a show here, door banging and pushing each other around. But really, not a lot of cautions for the number of laps we've had.
Green's back out. Mullis gets a good run on O'Kresick on the outside going into 1. Side by side, Mullis clears him off of 2. The 3 car dives low on O'Kresick, tries to take over 2nd. That's Jacob Porter. These guys all battle as Mullis pulls away.
Exactly what Mullis wants to see there is everybody else racing.
Looking over at my telemetry, Mike. The leader, Jimmy Mullis, has pitted 4 times in this race. 2nd place, Jacob Porter, has pitted 6. Everybody else has either pitted 1. There's only 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 cars running right now that have pitted twice. And everybody else is, I mean, once, 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars twice. And two guys out front have pitted 10 times combined between the two of them.
Incredible. That just shows you don't give up early when you get into an incident. You can make your time back up. Looks like the 3 got in the wall a little bit there coming off the 2. But he continues to stay right there.
78's peaking low on him. I don't know if he'll get a run though.
He slams that door. Oh, puts a bumper to him, Doug. Oh, and there it is. Traves took out. Was that Joe Lawrence?
Yeah, the 78 of Lawrence. Hard to blame Traves there. I mean, you watch it, the 78 tried to shut the door and Traves was there.
Oh, yeah.
I was just getting ready to say a good run to Cole Cabry. Haven't really mentioned him much. He's sitting 4th right now. Him and Parker Traves are pitting right now. See how this strategy plays out.
Did Traves get damage in that incident?
I think he just kind of knows he's going to the rear, so might as well pull in and get your other 2 tires.
There you go. He must have took blame for that one. So in that incident, Traves took the he got the penalty by admin for dumping Joe Lawrence there.
Just over 40 laps to go. Yep, 43 to go here. What do you think the strategy is from here, Mike? I mean, you got Brandon Wilkinson, Ryan Kuhn, Connor Kresick sitting 3rd, 4th, 5th. These guys have only pitted once, so they still have tires left. Not sure how many, but they still have tires left.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, we had a good green flag run there, and you would hate to have to pit under green here. That's for sure. I don't know. Maybe the next caution, come in and take those tires on and see if you got anything for Mullis. He has been so strong here.
I'm not sure anybody does.
Maybe you get Kuhn on some new tires. Maybe he could be a factor in this thing.
Back green, Mullis gets a good run. Oh, and the 3 gets sent into the corner. Brandon Wilkinson gives a huge shot to the 3 car. Looks like the 29, Hunter Wright, up into the wall as well. That's what brought the caution out. Hunter's smoking. He's probably going to be done. Looks like the 81 of Ken Morin gets the end of the longest line penalty. Getting into the back of the 29 and sending him up the track into the wall. 29 car probably going to retire. And also, development under that last caution. Parker Traves, the 60 car, had a good run going. He retired. Apparently there was some contact with a lap car. He was going to get parked anyway. Decided to retire.
That's a shame. He had a really strong car tonight.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it's hard in these 200 lappers and such to keep your head under you, I guess. $35 to go at the line. Mullis, Porter, Kuhn, Wilkinson. Your top 4. Conover rounding out the top 5.
Greenville native Jeff Conover. Wow, he has really just been quiet all night. Now he's sitting up here in 5th.
Yeah, Mike, he ran in every heat race. He ran the B main and the last chance qualifier and didn't make it in until the last chance qualifier. Here he is sitting 5th. And at one point in this race, he was a lap down.
Yeah, well, I've raced with Jeff quite a bit, off and on, even in some Carb Cup stuff, I think, early on. And he's just a great competitor and a really clean driver.
Going green this time by. Last restart, the 31 of Wilkinson gave a shot to Porter. See if he does it again here. Porter got sent down into that turn 1. That's what actually caused that big wreck. But see what happens here.
Oh, they're ready.
Mullis gets a huge jump on Porter. Brings Kuhn with him. Sounds like a lot of contact in the back of the field. Everybody's stacking up. 3 of Porter in the fence.
Went 3 wide there for a second. That was interesting. 24 backed out. Played it smart there.
Tell you, man, Jacob Porter's having a rough go right now. He's got his hands full with that thing.
Yeah, he got stuck up there on the outside, and just seems like the car got away from him.
The battle right now between Joe Lawrence and Andrew Wooten for 7th. Wooten on the bottom, Lawrence on the outside. Still side by side between 3 and 4. Ken Morin Jr. calls for one of the last cautions. Looks like he's trying to make his way back up to the field. But Traffic just isn't allowing. Man, he makes a great move and threads the needle between the 39 and the 16. Goes from the top to the bottom. Clears both of them and takes over 15th position. Another good battle up towards the mid-pack. 24 and the 52. Goodwin and Matheson side by side. 28 laps to go at the line. Ooh, Dave Cassidy got really loose off the floor there. All while this is going on, Mike, Jimmy Mullis back out to a 0.8 of a second lead.
Yeah, he's just continuing to pull away. We got the 77 spinning.
Taking just about everybody with him.
Yeah, that was a mess.
Not sure about that one. That looks a little strange to me. Start back to back. A lap before that. 24, a good one checked up going into 1 and 2. Steve Matthews drove it up underneath him. Doucette followed. I don't see any contact made. Goodwin just, I don't know if he got loose or what, but he right reared Doucette. Lost it himself. O'Kresick, Cassidy, the 16. 16 of Lamb, Ken Marin. I mean, all sorts of carnage on the front stretch.
Yeah, hooked him right into the wall.
Fiorini is your lucky dog.
That puts him 1 lap down now. Rhino gets to wave around, not Fiorini this time.
The 7 of Fiorini is going to get a wave around from the admins because he should have gotten the lucky dog. But iRacing is a little twitchy sometimes, and his car is kind of blinking in and out, and we don't know if that caused it or what, but he just got away from the admins. And so him and Mike Rhino both got their lap back.
So now Fiorini is only 1 lap down. Does he have time now, or is it too late?
I think it's too late, number one, and number two, I don't think that car's up to par. I mean, he seems like he's off the pace since that accident.
Yeah, we hadn't had a lot of discussion about him even making any big moves or anything. So, I think right now this is Mullis's race to lose.
Yeah, going green this time by. I mean, you got Kuhn up there on the outside in second. Cole Cabry, like we mentioned before, sitting there third, just relaxing, you know. Wilkinson fourth, Conover fifth. Wilkinson laying back on the restart a little bit, trying to get a good jump. Mullis gets a jump out front, doesn't pull away like he has. Here comes Cabry up to second. Oh, they're all over back there.
Yep, Conover.
You've got Conover, you've got Wooten, Matthews, Cassidy. O'Kresick was involved.
Who Who is Cassidy representing tonight? Is that MIRL? Is that who he races with?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Maritime iRacing League.
Yes, sir.
See, what started that there is, looks like the 5 drove in and got into the back of the 78 of Joe Lawrence. Lawrence chased it up the track, and Conover got hit from behind after by Wooten. Matthews hit Wooten. The 81 hit Matthews, who hit Cassidy. I mean, they all just piled in there.
Just a huge chain reaction there. Fiorini back on the lead lap. I'm sure he would love to get back up with the 40 before this thing was over with. The night's over for John Michael Chanette. He is done for the night. After all that contact we had, he has just called it quits.
Yeah, there's quite a few cars that are just hanging on by a thread now. I mean, you got Cassidy's car is, I think he's done. I'm not sure he's still out there, but he's hurt pretty bad. Along with Wooten. Wooten's hurt pretty bad. You look at Cassidy's car, all the tires are sticking out of the body panel. I've never seen a super late model. Looks like a street stock. So what do you think here, Mike? Anybody have anything for the 40?
If they do, they need to hurry up and show it. I haven't seen anybody that can run with him here in the last, 30, 40 laps. So if they've got something for it, now's the time to start showing it.
15 to go here at the line. Going green next time by. We'll see if Ryan Coon's got anything for Jimmy Mullis.
Yeah, it's going to require him getting a really good jump right here. But even Mullis' cars has taken on a lot of damage tonight, and
folks, interesting turn of events here. We're going back green, but the 95 car, Dalton Collins, 150 laps down, is back in the race. The crew replaced the motor in that car.
And we got a spin. Oh, he saved it. Can you believe that? Great save by the 39 there. In the meantime, Jimmy Mullis has just jumped out again.
Tell you, Mike, the car on the move right now. Fiorini, he is coming. He just ran a 19.938
He is a man on a mission right now. Let's get him back up there to the front. I want to see what happens.
10 laps to go. Caution laps will not count from here out.
And there's a
Yellow's
wreck in turn 1.
It's the leader. It's Mullis.
Mullis is in the wall.
Guys, interesting turn of events. The 95 jet. The 95 car, Dalton Collins, that we were just talking about, came back and wrecked the 40 car out of the lead.
Unfortunate. He came out just to wreck the 40.
Wow.
What a shame.
That's all I could say about that is wow. You know, that's Matt Kenseth. It's Martinsville. Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano right there.
That was awful. Yes, we have sit here talked about Mullis all night, and for him to get taken out like this, Dalton Collins took him out, and he is gone. He is ejected. Jimmy, we hate it for you, buddy.
I can't say he did, but I mean, I don't think anybody had anything for him. You know, it's just he was so smooth. He was looking so good.
Yeah, I'm speechless. I really don't know what to say. I mean, it was his to lose, and unfortunately, sometimes in this business, you do something. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. I remember
hearing from admins now that the 95 car is not only out of the race, but he is disqualified completely, and he has further penalties coming from the admin.
Yeah, I was hearing all that from admin while I was talking there, and I was just, it's a shame. It's to be that strong all night, and to you make enemies in racing, and sometimes it comes back to bite you.
Yeah. Now back up front, Jake, Colin Cabre, and Jake Matheson sitting 1-2 with Ryan Kuhn third, 78 of Joe Lawrence back up to fourth. Mike, Ken Marin back to fifth, started 30th. The guy's in fifth. I mean, it just goes to show, just ride. You know, Wilkinson is sixth, and Goddard is seventh coming to the grade.
Yeah, Michael Goddard sitting up there. That's great for him and down south racing there.
Green's out. Cabre gets a good jump. Matheson on the outside. Kuhn down at the bottom going for second. Kuhn drives in deep into 3 and 4. Up the track a little bit. Him and the 52 side by side. Wrecking in the back.
Bad wreck going into 1. I know I saw Michael Goddard.
Yeah, it looked like Jacob Porter. Caution comes out, 8 laps to go. Looking back on that wreck, it looks like
Porter got into.
Goddard was on the bottom in the 39, I believe. Yeah, Max Cook's in the 39. Looks like he gets a little loose off of 4, comes down and hooks Goddard in the right rear.
And it looks like Goddard is done for the night.
Yeah, he collected Porter in the 3, the 24th. Goodwin also involved.
How did Fiorini, how did he do in that? He's up to 9th.
He's sitting in 9th right now. Going to be 7 laps to go in the race when the green flag flies again. Good battle up front now, Mike. You got Ryan Kuhn sitting second on that outside, though. I don't know if he'll be able to do anything with Cabri here.
I don't know. Everybody's been so close in this little pack that I'm excited. This has been a great race so far. It's 7 laps to go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you think about it. Oh, look at Cabri gets a whale of a jump, gets out. Kuhn trying to get down. I don't think Matheson's going to give him any room. Five to go this time by.
All the patience is out the window right now. They're ready.
Yeah. Cole Cabri got about 3 car lengths lead.
If Kuhn can get to him, he is definitely going to put the bumper on him. Oh, Kuhn's in the wall.
Here comes the 52 of Matheson under Kuhn. Can't do anything with him.
Kuhn's not giving up that easy. He's going to get this good run on the outside here.
Cole Cabri is just checked out. Two laps to go for Cole Cabri, number 12 from Tampa, Florida. Ryan Kuhn second, Jake Matheson in third. Ken Marin sitting fourth. Joe Lawrence in fifth. Lawrence goes way up the track. That's going to open the door for who else, Mike? Andre Fiorini to try to take fifth.
Yes, a white flag is out. Fiorini, he's trying for fifth hard right now. But it looks like nobody's going to have anything for Cole Cabri tonight.
No, he had a good run. I mean, you know, there were a couple times I said he just sat back and waited for things to happen, and look where he is now.
Yeah, I remember you called it early. Yeah, checker flag. Checker flag is out. Do you see him do that little drift off the corner there? He's showing off quite a bit already.
His family is a sprint car family from down here in Tampa. No, watched his brothers run for quite a while. I believe, not sure if it's him or his brother. One of them is in the K&N series, actually.
Well, that was a great race, Phil. Cole Cabaret coming out with the win. You know, we had all but give Mullis the trophy, and unfortunate chain of events take place, and here we go.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we got Ryan Kuhn that sitting second, Jake Mathis in third, Cole Cabaret burning it down on the front stretch. Mike, you remember that hard charger we talked about earlier?
Yes, sir.
Ken Marin Jr. started 30th and came home 4th in this race.
Incredible. Great job.
I mean, you know, not to dishearten it or anything, but Cole Cabaret started 23rd. Out of the top 4 cars, the only person that started in the top 10 was Ryan Kuhn.
Wow, Fiorini, where did he end up finishing tonight?
Fiorini ended up coming home in 7th, I believe.
7th place. Incredible. To be taken out early in the race, come back 7th, but you know, I'm heartbroken for Mullis, as good as he was running, and finished 21 laps down. Wow.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking. You know, I don't think anybody had anything for him, and you know, from what I'm reading on the live feed, it had nothing to do with anything. It was just people did it just to do it. They didn't want to see him win. I mean, that's what I'm getting from in the chat here. There's a pretty decent banter going back and forth between quite a few people. So
we're saying that Mullis did nothing to the 95 earlier in the race.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from the live feed.
I'm pretty sure that he will not be back in an ISTRA event.
Yeah, I don't see that one going very well. What do you say we do a quick interview with second place finisher Ryan Kuhn?
Let's do it.
Trying to make sure he's available right now. Second place finisher Ryan Kuhn. Ryan, how you doing, man?
It was a good race. It was really fun. I thought it was. I'm glad we got a top 3 out of it. I'd like to thank Carolina Drones hopping on board this week. It was a lot of fun. Race agent, my teammates, everyone on this race agent team. I'm glad I came up P2, 1 spot short, but we'll get them next time, next year, always next year.
Yeah, exactly. Now you made it the whole 200 laps. It was kind of a rough one there for a little bit. At one point we saw you get in the wall and ended up saving it, but you know, how rough was it from your view?
It was pretty rough. The car is pretty beat up. Everyone was saying they could see my right side tire looked like a modified, but came back there at the end. Really thought I had a shot at it if I got a good restart, but spun the tires too bad and it started getting loose on me, and I think that was it. But I'd like to thank Carolina Drones again. I'm just so happy they hopped on board, and I'm so thankful that they came on board last second with Race Agent and everyone else. Carter, Glenn, Grant, everyone else on Race Agent. I'd like to thank just everyone, my teammates. And it just means so much to be on this Race Agent team for an opportunity.
Yeah, you guys had quite a few cars in the show, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a great show. So we'll get them back next year, and there's some more big races over the season, and we'll get them back.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming and running this. And Mike, you got anything?
Hey man, I just want to say you did great. We thought you had something there for them at the end, but you did really good, and we appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you. It feels good to know that me and Jimmy were probably one of the 2 quickest cars out in the field. Cole came back at the end. I think he saved his stuff really good. And congrats to Cole. Congrats to Jake. Everyone else. Top 3 for Race Agent. Race Agent, you can always join their Discord. Look them up on Instagram. Everywhere else. Also look up Carolina Drones Instagram and their website. Check them out. They're pretty cool. But I just like to thank everyone, you guys in the booth, for broadcasting this race, and yeah, it was really fun. I loved it.
Coon, you the man, big guy. Good luck next year.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Ryan Coon, driver of the number 72 Race Agent car.
Yes, sir.
Ken Marin Jr., the number 81, finished 4th tonight, started 30th. Ken, how are you, man?
I'm tired after that one. That was quite the race there. After having to start 30th and coming up through the field, and not to mention towards I think it was about 30 laps to go, I got under somebody a little too much and on a restart going into one, and in my car, if it looked like I was there, I'd have to go look back at it, but we had to go back again, start around 17th, and had to charge back up to the front. But after that, it was kind of just a race of trying to stay clean, and I barely made it through a couple of those wrecks, just right at the needle, and I definitely got some damage, but it wasn't it didn't affect me as much. So that was definitely good luck there, not getting in some of those bigger wrecks.
Yeah, we were watching you quite a bit there, and I kept telling Mike, I said, man, you know, this guy started 30th, and he's running, I mean, at one point you were 6th, you were 4th, I mean, most of the time I looked, you were in the top 10. What was your tire strategy? I mean, did you take 4, take 2, or how'd you work that to end up staying up front?
Well, I was thinking throughout the race that it would be the best strategy would probably be 4 tires and then 2 tires towards the end, but we just I figured there were going to be a couple cautions at least towards the end, so I didn't risk it and go in and take 2 and have to drive through the field a 3rd time. One thing I was really scared about was fuel. Definitely on one of the restarts after Jimmy came through the field with his new tires. I had about 12 laps of fuel left after that long run, and I was starting to get a little scared, and caution came out, and me and Jimmy were sitting on the radio, and he's like, "Oh, come on," because he started pulling away, and I needed that caution. Otherwise, me and good amount of other people were not going to finish that race where we were.
Well, you earned the $10 Hard Charger Award, no doubt about that. You started 30th and finished 4th. You were involved in multiple wrecks. I mean, I saw you one time. They all checked up in front of you, and you had nowhere to go, and got into the back of I want to say it was the 29, and got sent to the rear. I think that's when you said you got sent to the rear 30 to go. Awesome driving, man. Martinsville is not the easiest track, and you kept it clean and drove to the front.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. I just want to thank you guys for putting on such an awesome broadcast here. It's definitely one of the better ones that I've seen and been involved with. I just want to thank everybody at Lockdown Racing for helping me out, encouraging me and Jimmy, both of us, through this race. Definitely want to mention Evolution Visions. That's my paint company, or business rather. If anybody needs cheap paint schemes, let me know. I have a Facebook page. You can message me on there or do it personally. But most importantly, I want to thank you guys for the broadcast.
Well, thanks for coming, man. We appreciate it. Good luck, and hopefully we'll see you at the next ISTRA event.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you, guys.
Hey, good job, Ken.
Thank you, Mike.
One more interview to do. The promoter, Seth Frazier, would like a word, so let's get him in here if he's available.
Well, the winner didn't. He wasn't available.
Okay, actually, guys, we have the winner of the race. We're going to talk to him first. Cole Cabry, are you there?
Oh, yep.
What's happening, man? Nice run tonight. Good job keeping your nose clean.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a little tough at the beginning. I know one of my teammates got turned right in front of me and had to squeeze through some things. I know my car's pretty damaged up in the front, but I don't think that's from me driving through anybody.
Yeah, you did pretty good tonight. You stayed out of trouble, and Phil called it early on. He said you got to watch this guy here because he's known to just ride around and wait for the race to come to him, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, definitely. You just got to be patient in these long races and just let it come your way and not push anything. And it's unfortunate that happened to Jimmy. I think it would have been a pretty good race between him and I, but it happens, and unfortunately it happened to him tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught any of us talking earlier, but that was just kind of totally off. Nothing was even done to the 95, and he just come back and hit him for nothing. So it was kind of disappointing to be up here in the booth and see that happen.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, I guess. It was definitely disappointing to see it happen to Jimmy. He's a good racer, and would have been fun to battle him. But like I said, it happens, and unfortunately, it happened to him.
Yeah, you did really good tonight, Cole, and we appreciate you being here, and thanks for the interview, buddy.
Yeah, I just got to thank Race Agent and Carolina Drones for all their support and putting me on for this race.
Good job. You guys check them out.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job, Cole. Congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
We have one more interview lined up besides the promoter, and that is Jimmy Mullis. Let me see if I can get Jimmy down here. Jimmy, how are you feeling? Mike in the booth.
Obviously disappointed, and I mean, it sucks. I don't really understand the whole reason behind the move or all of that. I didn't see the guy at all until lap 190 when he took me out. I guess it really is what it is. There's not really anything I can do about it except, talk about it pretty much. But it sucks. But whenever there's another big race or whatever, I'm sure I'll be around because, I felt like I had the best car there at the end, barring that Cole had better tires. But, still I was able to hold the gap to him. And it's unfortunate, but, things happen, I guess. And I'm sure he'll be off the service. So that's good for everyone else, so it doesn't have to happen to anyone else. Bad that people have character like that, but that's just the way it is, I guess.
Yeah, I was. We were really disappointed to see that up here in the booth, especially to know that it was just no retaliation, just somebody wanting to, be stupid. So I'm sure admin will take care of it, and they'll keep him out of here. But can you talk about the incident between you and Andre early on?
Oh yeah. Obviously, early on, I was just trying to ride behind him and save my stuff, and I really had no intentions of making contact with him at all. And when we got down into 3, I think it was like lap 40 or whenever it was, it looked like he was entering a little bit higher than I had expected, and I was somewhat committed. I tried to back out, but obviously didn't really have any time to do it. And we made contact. I felt really bad about it. I tried to, give him room to save it, but at that point he was already so far gone, because I think some netcode had something to do with it as well, because he just shot around. And I mean, it was unfortunate. I'm glad he was able to come back and finish strong, because I really felt bad about it. But
well,
yeah.
You talked about netcode there. Watching in the booth, we saw quite a bit tonight. There were times where there was, a quarter of a car width between 2 cars, and the car on the outside would take off from contact, and you'd see the damage. I mean, did you notice that it seemed like there was a lot of netcode?
From where I was, I didn't notice any, because I wasn't really around any of the wrecks when they happened. But I know for sure me and Andres definitely had to have some kind of netcode involved, because he just, like I said, he just darted around. He didn't really have a shot at saving it. So, but like I said, I'm glad he came back to finish strong. I really hated getting into him.
Yeah, we didn't think it was anything intentional ourselves. We were up here, and it looked like just one of those racing deals. And we noticed you took the penalty to go to the back, and really didn't know if that was necessary or not. But man, you came back and fought strong. You were the man to beat tonight.
I appreciate that. Definitely, was doing everything I could. I took 4 around lap 90 because I was stuck at the back, and I knew I had to find some way to get up to the front. So I was going to try and take advantage of the tires, and it worked. We got the yellow that I really didn't need, because I think I could have made it to like 170, and everyone else would have had to pit way before me. So if a caution came out then, a couple people would have been a lap down. That's even better in my favor. And then I took 2 with the yellow, like 150, or no, it was like 160, and that's when everyone else came down and took their 4 tires. And after that, I was just trying to hold on, and luckily was able to do it right there until the end. I think I would have had it, but things happen, so it is what it is. I'm glad Cole won though, because I've known him for a long time, and luckily he won it instead of somebody else. I was pulling for Kuhn, because it always seems to be me and him towards the front at the end of these things. So a little unfortunate that he didn't get it, but at the same time, congrats to Cole.
Guys, got a lot of respect for you. I know that they were talking highly of you in their interview earlier. So, man, we hate that things happen, but you hold your head up, because you were the man to beat.
Yep, thank you.
Great job, Jimmy. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks, man.
We've got an interview with Jake Matheson that finished 3rd. Let's get him down here. Jake, Phil and Mike in the No Breaks TV booth. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Hey, man, you had a heck of a run going there. You stayed up front most of the race, fell back once or twice after pit stops, and it didn't take you long to get right back up front. So, how was the race from your point?
Well, it was a pretty good race overall. I'd say, there wasn't a lot of intentional wrecking, at least I didn't see. I've had problems with that before. And, I'd say that overall it was a really good race, especially for us, because we actually got into it with another driver earlier in the race, went back to the back, came back, had a bad pit stop, came back again. So I want to say there's a little bit of luck involved in that, but I want to say overall, I think everyone raced me cleanly, especially people in the top 5 towards the end of the race. They had so many chances to just drive me up into the 5th groove, and, they didn't. So I want to thank all the other drivers for racing me clean, and, yeah.
How did your strategy work out for you? Did you actually get to play your strategy out that you planned at the beginning? Did you plan a strategy would probably be an even better question.
Well, we did plan a strategy, but we were planning on pitting around lap 100, but I mean, it had a really long green flag run, put all the way back to 130, and by then our tires were just chewing gum. So, it kind of messed the strategy a little bit, but thankfully it was able to bring it back and didn't screw everything up.
Who are your sponsors? Who helps you get where you are?
I'd like to thank Race Agent and Carolina Drones.
Now, where are you from, Jake? You actually race in real life, or?
Yep, I actually am out of Hillsborough, New Hampshire. I drive the number 52 NH Legend car all around New England, and soon enough we'll be going down to Florida for the Winter Nationals. So hoping getting pretty excited for that. So yeah.
Well, awesome deal, man. Congratulations and good luck with your racing.
Thank you. Thanks for broadcasting the show. It's good to get some exposure for these really good leagues.
There you go. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
One more interview. We have the promoter, Seth Frazier. Let's get this in here. Seth, man, everything went pretty smooth on our end and looked pretty good on our end. What do you think?
Well, it was a busy week. Plenty of drama, obviously, throughout. None of this would have been possible without the help of Mike Wood, Dante Curtis, Tom from No Breaks TV. They both helped up the purse here, and it wouldn't have been. None of this would have been like that without them. Also, you and Wood for helping announce. Definitely was awesome for you guys for doing it at short notice and everything. You guys did a good job. As far as the racing goes, it had a lot of good moments. Had some obviously pretty unfortunate moments. This is a fixed setup race at short track racing at Martinsville. There's shit's gonna happen. There's no way around it. I mean, it's a small track, hard to pass. That's part of the reason why we did it, is just to create some of this chaos. But I do gotta say the actions of Dalton Collins tonight was pretty disgraceful to anybody that has any integrity whatsoever. I know a lot of us are raised to be a bigger person than that, and for him to do something like that definitely speaks a lot about him as a person. But we'll definitely just leave it at that, I guess.
How do you think? What'd you say? 104 cars total? I think
we had 103 different people. Last year when we did it, we had a few more heat races. We had 3 more heat races than we did this year. So last year we had quite a few more drivers than this year, but with only having 5 heat races in LCQ and a B main, we had 103 different people try to race their way in. So roughly 70 plus people tried to race it and didn't make it. So the competition was pretty stiff. I mean, there's a lot of young guns that race in this that are looked at iRacing as maybe being a little bit too aggressive or not quite taking it serious enough, and quite a few of them really stepped up to the plate for the main event.
There were a few that I know of that really impressed me, that I've raced with personally, that I've watched race, that normally don't race or don't get seen racing how they did tonight. And let me tell you, man, it opened my eyes. Like, these kids are the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get these kids to just take a step back sometimes and take what they can get and accept, they're not going to win every race. A lot of these kids could really be a lot better even than they are, and I think we saw a few of them do that tonight, and a few of them be a little more patient.
Seth, man, I just want to thank you. You put on such a great show every year, twice a year at least, and I'm just thankful you let me be a part of it, and hate things happened tonight on the track the way it did, but I think you guys handled it perfect, and shame for Mullis, but Cole comes out with a win. Man, you got some folks looking at you now, so I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, Wood. I mean, I think all things considered, if we're not putting very many races up and not really having much of a name out there, just put it up. I think it was pretty successful. it is unfortunate what happened for Mullis tonight. I think he had, if he didn't have the race won, he had a really, really good shot at one or the other. 12 though, Cole, he stuck through there and made it work. So congrats to him.
And what about Tom Jenks, man? He gets. We hadn't got any credit for him tonight. He did a great job. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had a broadcast if it wasn't for No Breaks stepping up, and on top of that, they added to the purse quite a bit. So they really are the ones that deserve a lot of the credit here. And going forward, I know I'll be tuning into all the No Breaks TV stuff and keep an eye on things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've had talks with Tom about doing some broadcasts for my league as well. So I really appreciate everything Tom did. Stepping up and helping with the purse, as well as Mike Wood and Dante Curtis too. Without guys like that, this wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, I'd like to say if anybody out there needs a logo done or needs some help with something like that, Dante can make a pretty hell of a logo. And he's pretty open to working with people. He'll take time out of his day to do that. And if anybody out there needs a paint scheme done, Wood is as good as they come, hands down. As far as broadcast goes, many leagues out there need a broadcast. No Breaks TV is the real deal. Check it out.
Thank you, Seth.
Thanks, guys. See you guys in the next one.
Well, on that note, guys, I think it's time to sign off. Mike Wood, what do you say a recap? What do you think about tonight?
Man, Cole Cabaret comes out with a win. Unexpected, but he deserved it. He was there all night, and hate it for Mullis. Hate it for Andre getting in that incident early on. I think that he would have been a factor in this thing later on. But man, what a race! We had a great time. I had a great time up in the booth.
Well, I was saying I was on watching the live feed when we were sitting here doing interviews, and we talked to Jimmy Mullis, and Jimmy, said, "Hey, it was my fault." He got taken out by a car 150 laps down. Should not have happened. Cars, at that point, and people were giving Seth stuff about it on Facebook and said, "Well, why'd you let the lap car out? How are you supposed to know what his intentions are?" It wasn't, anything to do with him. He had to have been coached by somebody to do it. And I see Seth's point. You don't know what he's going to do. And Andre Fiorini came on there and he commented it was racing, nothing bad. It was just two people fighting for the same spot. And that spot just happened to be the lead. And it happens. It's racing. Contact's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. And people are going to be mad. People are going to be upset. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you got to just brush it off. There's more races. There's going to be other times to try to win. And, I think Jimmy Mullis had the best attitude out of anybody I've seen in quite a long time.
Absolutely. He did a lot better than a lot of folks I know that I've raced with before. Even, me and you've raced together, and you get in a group and somebody gets, door slammed and they cry and whine, and this guy gets taken out from 150 laps, car that's 150 laps down and gets taken out while he's leading. And, we said early on that wreck that happened between him and Andre Fiorini there that it was a racing deal. And, we even said maybe he should have waited a little longer. But, Andre did leave him a hole there. And they just got together. And I really, we even said we didn't think it was intentional. And those two guys were putting on a show. And I don't know. I hate to keep taking the credit away from Cole, because he was the one that stayed out there all night and really, he takes the win, and he was patient.
It's like you and I talked about even before this race tonight. The guy that sat back and let everybody else mess up really is the guy that won. Cole might not have had the fastest car, but at the end of the day, he was there. And what's the old saying? To finish first, you must first finish.
Absolutely.
So, well, Mike,
Phil,
thank you for joining me.
Man.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, it's been fun. I really had a good time. I think I brought you down a little bit, slowing you up a little bit. But, hey, it's my first time. Y'all give me a break, and I hope we can do this again.
Hey, man, you did great. You know, there were a couple times that we were going back and forth, and you know, I did the B main and LCQ today by myself. I did another league for Seth earlier this week by myself, and having another person to bounce stuff off of makes it a lot easier. You know, it's hard when you're by yourself because you have nothing. You're bouncing it off yourself, and eventually you're going to get wore out and not know what you're doing.
Well, I watched the B main from work. Don't tell anybody, but I watched the B main from work today, and you did a great job. So I hope we can do it again.
Yes, sir. Thank you for all your help. Once again, want to thank Mike Wood Race Designs, Dante Curtis Designs, No Brakes TV for the sponsorship. Tom, thank you for everything. Thank you for letting us do this. And hopefully we get to do it again soon.
Thanks, Tom.
On that note, we're going to sign off. This has been the presentation of the ISTRA Ice Bowl 200 from Martinsville on No Brakes TV.
See y'all next time.
I appreciate you guys taking the time to do that tonight.
It's fun. It was lucky.